did that on purpose. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Daytona Beach. We're certainly glad to have everyone, and the video you just saw is a recap of the past year or so and a glimpse into the next couple of days of the APRO annual conference. We want to welcome everybody to Daytona Beach and to APRO. It's an exciting event. I think everybody enjoyed last night's party. Let's give a big hand for Daytona Beach and the beautiful beach and sunset and sunrise we have out there. I also want to thank the Florida Rental Dealers Association for hosting APRO's conference this year. We really appreciate the hospitality, the bright sunshine. It's been a long winter for some of us, and it's good to get down here into warm weather and to have a lot of fun. So Sharon Tomaszewski, thank you so much for being our host, State Association this year. I'd like to begin by thanking a couple of our vendors first, and then everybody else second. RAC Franchising International is sponsor our General Session breakfast out front. Kathy, thank you so much for doing that, and your team. We appreciate it very much. They're going to be this afternoon over in booth 311. And also, Ben Crowder, thank you so much at Simmons for sponsoring this year's General Session. We appreciate you very much and all you do for us. And also, everybody, thank all of our sponsors. When you go over to the exhibit hall after this event, you'll see signs in all the booths of all the dealers, all the vendors who are sponsoring our show. We could not put on a show for y'all. We could not do a lot of things we do for you throughout the year without the avid support of all of our sponsors. So be sure and go up and thank them for it, and give them your business too. They're here to enjoy the life that rent-to-own has created for all of us. They're here to support all of y'all, and let's do everything we can to support them also. We appreciate what they do for us. At this time, I'd like to introduce to y'all with a man who needs no introduction, your president of the past year, Gary Fairman. Gary, come on up.
Thanks, Bill. Well, they never told me these lights were going to be this bright. Welcome to Florida. Thank you all for coming. It's great to see a lot of friends' faces out there. Obviously, I feel like we're going to have a great convention here. A few things. Again, I want to echo what Bill said. Thank you to all the sponsors. The sponsors have really made this possible for us, and Kathy and Rent-A-Center Franchising, and Ben, and see Ben in booth 327. He wanted us to be sure to tell you to see him in booth 327. So thanks to all the sponsors. Please, when you go on the floor today, make sure that you thank them. There's notifications of those that have made special sponsorships to us, and we want to make sure that they know we really do appreciate it. So with that, I also think it's really good for us to recognize the APRO staff. What a great job they've done getting us ready today for this whole convention, getting us ready right along, starting from the beginning and planning. So if you would, I'd like everybody to give the APRO staff a nice round of applause. Thank you very much. Bill's just done such a good job of helping get us ready for this, and this is going to signal, I think, the beginning. How many here might, show of hands, had a little tougher year in 13 and 14 than we were used to over the last several years? Huh? Yeah, I see that. I think it's really notable to talk about what's happening in 2015. 2015 for us as a company has definitely been noticeably much, much better. I think the environment is just much more positive. I think $1 less on gasoline's helped a lot in my area. I don't know about you, but I think the other thing I'd like to do is I'd like to get I'd like y'all to think a little bit about your business and say, in 2015, I want you to express for me how much hope you have to have a better year in 2015 than in 2014 by standing up and showing me your enthusiasm with a big round of applause. What's 15 going to be like? Yeah? Yeah. That's what we're going to do in 2015. Absolutely. I want to tell you a little bit about last year, though, just real briefly. the staff and the board has done just an extraordinary job this last year working for you. You selected a great board last year. We've just had an exceptional year, and I got a few notes that I want to make sure that I cover some highlights. The PR committee. I just think Dan Fisher and his group at the PR committee has done such an extraordinary job hosting these focus groups. Richard's done a great job of helping and supporting them, and I hope that you'll come away from this conference with some really good information about how to market. Bill, do you got some additional?
I do, Gary. You know, one of the things the board voted on last year is to invest $100,000 of APRO's budget in our reserves to doing research to give to all of y'all on how to better market to millennials and Hispanics. So that's a real tangible thing that we've done this year. $100,000. We had focus groups both online and 10 in 5 different cities. And tomorrow you'll see a lot of the results from all that and get the results from it.
Yeah, the other next committee I want to talk about is membership. What an extraordinary year membership had. This is a challenging time for trade associations to keep membership up, but we've looked into the future and saw a lot of the new non-traditional rent-to-own methods that are coming at us. Many of our bricks and mortar dealers are experimenting with some of these other ideas and opportunities. There's a lot of innovators out there. So we wanted to welcome and bring into the fold the non-traditional types that were fresh and new, as well as encourage some of our own members to improve their web presence and do things of that nature. So what you're going to see is that the board did something to bring aboard some non-traditional rent-to-own types to our industry and to our trade association, and that wasn't an easy thing. We've been trying to do that as a board for a number of years, and this board got it done, got a due structure in place to be able to do that, and Progressive, a very strong industry member, has joined us, and I think it's going to be a good partnership as we go forward. So real happy about that. One other thing that Dan Cole and his committee did a great job of this year was when Shelley would tell us about new members, they did a great job of being a welcoming committee. So real happy about that. Another committee that I should tell you about, Gopal chaired, the nominating committee, and again, soon we'll hearing from Gopal, but a great list of candidates for this year. We'll have a great, strong, diverse board this next year that we're real tickled about. The trade show committee, Ernie Llewellyn, our treasurer, chaired the trade show committee. And how about that turbo show? Did you guys enjoy the turbo show this year? You know, one of our esteemed past presidents, Lynn, helped us with it this year, and I think we had a near 4 times improvement in sales volume to last year. So, you know, we haven't done this turbo show as many years as Trib has, but you know, I think we made a big step forward and improved it a great deal this year, and you know, good for the vendors, hopefully good buys for you guys as well. Our education committee. I think tomorrow you're going to see the best slate of speakers we've ever had at an APRO convention. We listened to what you told us last year. Last year we had some hits and some misses with our education day, but I think we brought as good of outside speakers for tomorrow as we've ever had, and we listened, and you wanted inside speakers too, and so we've got several of you presenting, and I thank you for that. To bring your expertise and share with our group is outstanding and really helps old dealers like me and new dealers alike to hear your best practices, so appreciate that. The communications committee. I think it's important that, has everybody loaded up the APRO app? And if you haven't, you know, get on the App Store and APRO events. Is that it, Bill? Load that up. And again, a big tip of the hat to Neil and the group that does our magazine. It's extraordinary.
And I'd just like to also point out that this year we did some new things with the magazine. We're putting a lot more photos of rent-own events in the magazine. We've started a new, in larger photos, we've started a new series called Now and Then, which has become very popular. We're focusing on rental dealers who may not be as well known as some who are in business today, and then we go back into our past and we pull back some of the icons from the past and do stories on them. That's going to continue through this year and next. I think you'll find that good. We'll also have a new feature called Building Better Business. We've had a lot of reports on some innovative ideas that way. So we're listening to y'all, and we're changing our magazine up. And let me also say that our magazine is an award-winning magazine. We are continually recognized nationally by the quality of our publications.
It's a great magazine. You know, as we get through the rest of our committees here, we have a lot of committees at APRO. State Association Committee, Dave Edwards chaired. Extraordinary committee, you know, in charge of vigilance and support. You know, the staff here at APRO supports the state associations, tries to keep our grassroots strong. We had a good year there. The Political Action Committee that Cynthia Baber-Strunk chairs, obviously we're strong, we're healthy in that in funds right now, and we'll hear more later about where we stand legislatively. Do we want to ask Dwight to come up? And
no, Dwight just came up to me and said, "I hope you're not asking me up on stage today." So we're not, Dwight. I want to recognize Dwight for the great work he is doing for all of us and in diligent work. You know, we had Senator Bob Casey from Pennsylvania who inquired with the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. Do they have enough regulations to regulate our industry? Of course, they don't have the authority now, but that is something we're watching. We worked very hard to exclude ourselves from that. We want to keep that exclusion. He's also worked with Dave also up in Vermont in a bad old bill up there, and turned a lemon into lemonade, I think, up there. And just last week we had a very bad bill introduced in New York again. So, you know, as we go forward, we have a safe haven that we've all worked forward to. Dwight, as chair of the Government Relations Committee, is going to keep it a safe haven with all of our support. And we need to be vigilant. We can never rest in our laurels, because there will always be people who want to attack us.
And I know we're going to talk a little bit more about scholarships, but though that's not really necessarily a sitting committee at APRO, it's something you guys have done a great job of, and we're real excited to get that Camaro out there, and I'm hoping one of you get to drive that home today, so or this week, yeah, tomorrow. Other than that, I just think I think we're going to have a great show here. It's nice to see this view when you come outside of the hall here. Great view, and I hope you get some time on the beach. I hope you make some good buys. I know it's May, and we do have well, what some might call the slow season of rent-to-own ahead of us, but there's great opportunities this year. We're going to grow APRO. We're going to grow our businesses this year, and the education that you get here at APRO is one of the things that will help you. So I hope you really take advantage tomorrow of Education Day. So next we're going to bring Dave Edwards up and do some State Association awards. Dave?
Yeah. You know,